Alright, here we go. The feedback video. So the PvE server beta client just crashed and it's not coming back. It was already laggy the entire weekend, that's why I don't have any footage from that, because it was just painful playing. Imagine watching it with my editing skills. Anyways, so I wrote down a few things that I'm going to show as much as possible by teleporting around and using the admin panel. And I'm basically gonna go down the list. It will not be in a specific order because I'm just lazy, I guess. Anyways, the darkness in dungeons. Dusk. And then we run inside a dungeon. Okay, so this is not how it is, right? Alright, now it's proper dark, right? So if we go into a dungeon now, you see what happens in comparison to earlier? Can't see anything. And then the darkness in the game overall. So if we go to Mounts of the Dead in the middle of the night and we run off into the forest here. Now they did add this glow around us, around the character, so you can at least see a few meters in front of you. But still, what's the point of something being completely pitch black like this here? You can't see anything. So what's the point of not seeing anything? It's just too dark. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about are these transparent stones here. Ruins of Velstadt. These rocks over here. Alright, the next thing is raid time. So the raid time on official server is from 6 till 11. That's 5 hours every day, 7 days a week, that somebody in your clan has to be online to defend your base. Because what's the point of building a castle or a base knowing up front you're not gonna have the time to defend it? Why would you even start playing this game? This is one of the biggest problems in Conan Exiles. This raid time, 7 days a week, 5 hours a day. It's just too much. The average gamer has 8.5 hours a week. So a 10-man clan barely covers the hours required to have at least one person online. Official, solo, duo, trio. If you look in the online list right now and you sort simply by players online, it's 3:30 in the afternoon when I'm recording this. So in 1 or 2 hours there will be a lot more players online. But look at which servers have the most players. Out of all servers, look at my filters, even modded servers included. Solo, duo, max 3. You will see there's a very clear need for this. People want this. Solo, duo, trio. In the top right corner here, you can see show servers with mods. Now, the only reason that I know that mods exist is because a long time ago in global chat, I once complained this game is boring. And somebody said, yeah, just download some mods. So I was like, what are mods? So I looked it up, blah, blah, blah. And that's how I discovered it. But I have played with players who had more than 2,000 hours in the game. And they didn't know they could tag this box here in the top right to see extra servers. And when you look at this screen, it makes sense, right? Because everything you hover over lights up. But then here in the top right, it's like a checkbox for something that doesn't matter to the player. It's like internet connected, all servers shown, some things like that. And that's why you don't look at that top right corner there. So you can do something about that, make it highlight so people are like, huh, what? I have options here? You people think that wiping the server is a bad thing. It's the greatest thing ever. If you announce this 2 weeks up front, when you launch this new chapter, you say we're going to wipe all the PvP servers, your player count will triple in that first week. Every modded server, every rented server, every server that is not hosted by you that I have ever played on wipes every month or every 2 months. Even the PvE servers wipe because it just becomes a giant mess. Overpowered bases. This is the most hated and loved location in Conan Exiles. Now, I have nothing against this base. I only have a problem with the fact that there is only one on the entire map. My suggestion is to make more caves and more of these towers, or this base design basically. Remove flying. You used to be able to go anywhere that was high enough and have a defendable base, but that's not the case anymore. You need 20 layers in all directions. The only thing you haven't given us is the ability to dig tunnels and to go from under them. Legendary armor. You go to the unnamed city, you kill a boss there, and it drops a helmet. This is supposed to be a legendary helmet. And all of these armors, yeah, all of these legendary armors, they need to become something like the legendary weapons. Base building. Put a fixed amount on it, regardless of how many players there are in the clan, for thralls, pets, and building pieces, and placeables. People in single player, you just make it in the admin panel or in the settings available for them to turn it on and off. Pay to win weapons in the battle pass. I don't have any words for this. This is so demoralizing. You guys realize that, right? Unbalanced HP in building pieces. It's the same thing, right? It's just pay to win. I don't know, man. I don't think it's a good tactic. People really flame on this. Is people want to have a fair fight. Gold as currency. Yeah, he said that, and my eyes just went all over the place. First they went really wide, like, oh, please say something more about this. He said, we're going to make gold a currency. Don't put me in quotes here because I don't want to go and watch and look it up again. But he said it in the stream, yeah. That is, do that. So the Chrome coins will stay for the Battle Pass and the DLCs and all this other furniture and stuff. Then you will also be able to exchange your Chrome coins to gold coins. That's why they have the bar now and the traders. The traders are coming into the exiled lands, and they are going to make this so that regardless of how much time you have or the amount of skill you have, you can just spend 50 bucks and buy 5,000 foundations. I think they're still on the fence about the raid times because they know that the faster everything gets destroyed, the faster people will spend money again. CEO thinking, yeah? Who can figure that out? It's all about money. Anyways, next one. The journey system. Now, this is great for a new player. And there's some really cool stuff in there as well. But there's something really annoying that you have to do this in sequence. It would be really nice to just do this once and then have an option here, like keep it unlocked forever. And that's the same thing with the knowledge tab here. Please, let us go to level 80 so we can at least get that encumbrance maxed out. Or just simply remove encumbrance. You have this, you have all these things, but we can only use 30% of it. 50%. Why is that? Because as a PvE player, I don't want to go in handicapped because I have 2 trolls following me. I still want to be able to do a lot of damage and fight good. Why do I have to make sacrifices here? It just doesn't make any sense. And then the expertise is the worst of all, because this is how you run around 99% of the time in Conan Exiles. always, this isn't an option. You have to have this. So it all of a sudden becomes, okay, so now I choose movement speed with weapons that are not competitive, or I choose strength, but then I'm not fast enough. Now I'm talking PvP. But if you talk about PvE, it's the same thing, right? You level up to become a hero. Turns out in the authority build, you're not the hero. Your trolls are the hero. You're just standing there watching them. Ah, yes, the purge. Yeah, the purge is a great mechanic, and I really like. It's too easy. Not enough building pieces get destroyed. You have to go for apocalypse. The highest level purge should be a purge that is a challenge for 10 60 level players in the best gear you can find in the game, with the best trolls in a massive castle. That's the gold standard of your game. You decided yourself that PvE should be fun for 10-man clans. It's not, because there's no challenge. And remember, they're playing PvE, so they want to get killed. But why is Dark Souls such a successful game? Because it's hard. It's the best commercial you can have for your game. It's really, really fucking hard. Because that's what people want. They want a challenge. If a 10-man clan in max gear calls on a level 10 purge, they should be nervous. They should be sweating in their seat. How are they going to get better at dealing with this purge if they already beat it the first time they played it? A pop-up message on the right side of your screen when somebody is blowing up your base on a PvP server. Whenever somebody in the clan thinks about it, imagine you're with 6 or 7 people in a clan, yeah? They're all in Discord. And every 2 or 3 minutes, somebody reminds everybody, hey, check the event log. Ah, the Jabal Sag dungeon exploit. They know what it is. I don't think they can fix it, or they want to fix it. Then there's a Kurak dungeon exploit. That if you go into the Kurak dungeon and you stand at a specific location, you can basically reset that dungeon and just stay in it forever. The report meta. And as you can see, I'm in this location here. F8. Almost in the center. Anyways, there's a cave here. And you can build through this entire thing. Now, I personally got my account suspended for building in this, because the enemy on the PvP server couldn't beat us. And here is another great example of this connection between Sipta and Exiled lands. Why can't I go and join a PvP server or a PvE server where I can play on both maps without having to start from zero again? The mod developer Little Miss Hentai has a mod called Amunet's Server Transfer. Ah. Climbing is a thing in this game, you know that? And then the last thing I want to talk about is the beta. Yeah, it loads extremely slow for some reason. Thank you.